Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO FM in Jesup, 105.5 FM. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn and Associates.
Hi, I'm Mandy Yeomans.
And I'm Raymond Brown with First Southern Bank. As your locally owned community bank, we're here to help our community grow. Our customers are why we are here. You can tell we want your business.
We offer all types of deposit products, personal and business. We have fast, efficient service, and yes, we have online banking too. I'm sure we have an account to fit your needs. Stop by or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
We're FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner special. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
Do you know why most people don't invest outside work or at all? Because they don't know where to start and they don't know who to talk with. If this is you, give me a call. Hi, this is Sean O'Quinn. I can help set up a plan no matter where you are in life to get you on a suitable path to a sound financial future. Give me a call, Sean O'Quinn, at 912-385-1000 or stop by the office at 212 South 1st Street right here in Jesup. That number again is 912-385-1000.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. And Bob, I couldn't believe it when you called me yesterday afternoon and told me that Wayne County's football game has been moved from Friday night to tomorrow night, Thursday night, because they can't find enough officials to ref the game.
We couldn't believe it either, but I guess it's better than Saturday. I don't know. I think that was the option, Thursday or Saturday, so they moved it to Thursday.
You'd rather have a Thursday game than a Saturday game?
Yeah.
We wouldn't want to mess up your golf game, Bob.
I'll mess up my golf game, sir. Saturday's my day. But I don't know if that's. I just got the call from Coach McDonald yesterday afternoon and said that it's been moved. The question I asked is, why us? You know, why there's so many games on the schedule. You know, how do they randomly choose Wayne County's Bradwell game? But I don't have that answer. So.
Any, meeny, miny, mo? Do you think that's how they do it?
I don't know. I mean, they had to have some kind of system. You know,
yep, have some sort of system to be able to pick it. Some teams continue to get to play on Friday night, and some teams are going to have to play on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Just not enough officials to go
There's
around.
some games playing tonight at that Corky Kell Classic in Atlanta. So
yeah, well, that was already set for a Wednesday night.
Right, so they got games tomorrow, Friday and Saturday.
Now, is this going to be a problem all season long? If you don't have enough officials on the very first weekend, and these guys have been trained over the last few weeks, they've been taught all the rules and regulations, how are you going to pick up anybody new? Is this going to be something we're going to see all season long, where we may be playing on a Thursday or Saturday when we should be playing on Friday?
I'm sure it's going to be an issue all year, I would assume. You know.
Can't get enough bus drivers, can't get enough officials, can't get enough teachers, can't get enough servers at restaurants, can't get enough cooks at restaurants, can't find enough retail workers at retail shops.
Nobody wants to work.
But the thing about it is, you were telling me that these officials that ref these football games get paid $150 per game. But to me, That's not a whole bunch of money to be able to. I mean, you got to give up your afternoon. You got to be able to give up your night. You have to leave early in the afternoon. You to get home until late.
They get
That's
paid
a lot
travel.
of work for $150.
Well, they get paid travel.
Well, they get
too.
paid travel, of course, but
I think that's what I mean. That's what I believe they make. They may make more. I don't know. That's what.
Is that the last you heard?
That's the last I've heard. That's what they got paid.
Got paid $150. That's not a whole bunch of money to do. Because you got to leave a few hours before. You got all that training you have to do. And you got all the leaving early and staying there the entire game, and then getting home later. All that for $150. I mean, would you do it for $150?
I don't know.
If that's the price, if that's what they get. I thought they got paid about $300.
They got about 7 or 8. There's a bunch of officials on a Friday night football game. I mean, it's not like umpires when you only got 2 umpires.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there. I mean, it takes a whole bunch of officials.
Somebody's got to pay for all that. So,
that's right.
Plus, you're paying their travel. So
yeah.
So
I'm not sure how much they get paid.
I'm not sure how
for travel.
Get paid. I'm not sure what they get paid.
Yeah. Okay.
But
But we don't have enough officials.
They're not. First of all, they're not supposed to be doing it for them. It's one of those jobs you do it because you love to do it.
Oh, you do it because you love it. Right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You enjoy being out there.
Yeah. It's not like you're officiating.
It's not like
it's not like you're fishing home recreation teams.
It's not like a lifetime job. It's
not like a Wayne County person wanting to ref Wayne County games, at a recreation department where they feel it's a sense of community. They're out there making money. That's why they're doing it.
It's not like
it's always about the money.
It's not like it's paying your rent and your car payment. Come on. It's just a part-time job that you enjoy doing.
You think?
That's what it's supposed to be.
Supposed to be. Okay.
If they're in
we know good and well that the younger generation, the millennials and the ones below that, which is what, Z or whatever they call it now, they don't have that sense of volunteerism as the millennials and the generation before did.
3/4 of them aren't very good anyway, so I say just do away with them.
Yeah, do away with them, Bob. That's right. It's a wild, wild west of the football teams out there. No rules, no regulations. Do what you want to do.
Well, they're going to computer umpires, so they go to computer referees.
They get little robots out there doing it. That's right. Get robots out there.
Because half the time,
give me a couple officials up in a booth, with the cameras and stuff like that to be able to get all the angles. And
half the times they throw a flag, what do they see? Must be blind.
So they volunteer for this for a little bit of money so they can get yelled at and talked about, right, Bob?
One school got fined. I mean, I remember the basketball game. They were so bad they played 3 blind mice, and the school got fined. Well, you get what you pay for, Bob. You get what you pay for. They're not very good. Just put out there.
Oh boy! But
doesn't matter if it's umpire and officiating.
We're supposed to have a girls' softball game tomorrow night. It ain't going to happen. I guess they'll still play that game.
They moved the game.
Won't be able to broadcast
They moved it up, but like I said, there's just so much to get ready for.
What time are they going to start that girls' game tomorrow?
They moved up to 5.
To 5 from 6 to 5.
Which is funny because yesterday they moved the game from 5:30 to 6 because of the heat. So,
right.
So
and now they're going to move it up even when it's even hotter.
Right.
Well, that really makes a lot of sense. We're moving it later because of the heat. No, we're going to move it up earlier when it's even hotter. Right. All because we got that football game at JC Stadium tomorrow night. It's exciting that this season's going to begin. Everybody's excited about it. The team has been put together. Coach Jay Beauchard's got everybody fired up. Players are fired up, ready to go. We play good, clean football. No turnovers, and reduce the penalties, and we'll do it. Got to watch them penalties. Got to watch the turnovers.
It's a game we're definitely going to put in the win column. I mean, AJC again puts out the lines for the games. Came out yesterday. Wayne County's favored by 33 points in the game. So, I mean, they don't expect. Maybe that's why they got moved to Thursday. They don't expect it to be much of a game. So, I don't know what the reason is. I asked for the reason, didn't get a reason. So, I was just told it's been moved to Thursday.
But who makes that decision? Is it the Georgia High School Association?
I would assume
somebody has to say,
GHSA's in charge
we have
of
got to
everything.
move these games because we don't have enough officials to go around on a Friday night.
I'm sure that's who made their call.
Yeah.
And they're in charge of everything.
Are they going to have signs up at the stadium that says officials needed, apply here?
They did do something.
Oh boy!
It's just going to be an ongoing theme all this year. Like
Yeah, it's going to. I mean, if they can't do it the first weekend, things not going to get better during the course of the season.
I've already heard of a lot of events in Savannah that's already been canceled because they can't get bus drivers, can't get kids to certain games,
to events and stuff like that.
Those games have already been, they're just forfeits, and that's sad, but that's just where we're at.
Yeah, you see every bus here in Wayne County with a sign on the side of it says bus drivers needed, apply, and has the phone number and stuff like that. So you've got teachers, you've got coaches, and then you got other bus drivers who double shifts just to be able to get these kids to and from school because there's just not enough bus drivers to go around. Ain't enough of them. So it's a challenge to be able to get in every county. Every county is this way. It's just not Wayne County. It's every county. You see it in every county. It's a challenge getting these students to school and back home again because there's just not enough drivers to go around. There's a shortage. And you got restaurants here in town who have reduced hours, and some are not open certain days because they don't have enough servers or they don't have enough cooks. You've got some retail shops that say, please wait. We're lack of staff to be waited on in certain retail stores and stuff like that. And so it's just the way it is, Bob.
It is what it is, as I say.
Yep. Not much you can do about it.
Never knew about it. I'll be there Thursday instead of Friday. So I said coach's show's ready to go. So it's a good coach's show. Appreciate Coach Shaw yesterday. It's always fun to talk to him about football, about the team. So just a lot of optimism for this football season.
That's right. So we can't wait. We can't let the changing from Friday night to Thursday night dampen stuff. We just got to show up tomorrow night and open up a can of whip on the on Bradwell.
That's what I expect to see. I look for a clock to be running nonstop in the second half, and Wayne County 1-0 and get ready for Brooks County next Friday.
I can get home to get to bed a decent hour.
That's right.
I want to go to bed right before 8 o'clock because I get up at 3:45. They've totally ruined my sleep for tomorrow night if they go regular game. I may be a little grumpy on Friday, Bob.
I say get there early because that game's going to be over by halftime, in my opinion. That's just me.
Okay.
I don't think Bradwell's got much for us. So. I said it's going to be a good football season, so I'm looking forward to it. But this team's ready to roll. Our defense is very, very good. 28 seniors, that's impressive. I can't recall. It's been a year since I've seen 28 seniors on a high school football team.
It's been a long time. Maybe that season that we lost to Griffin before, if we'd won that game, we'd have gone to the state playoff against Carrollton. We would have beat the turkey out of them. We would have had a state champion that year if that Brett hadn't messed up that call. But we had a lot of seniors on that team. We had 4 players going to the Division I scholarship. And so I don't know how many seniors we had. I just know that was a very senior squad that year. So football has begun, and it begins tomorrow night at JC Stadium, taking on Bradwell. Kickoff still at 7:30, right?
Kickoff same time. Our lineup's still the same. Coach's show at 6:30. Pre-game from the stadium at 7. Joe better get back from Nashville. He went to Nashville to help Brad move in, second year at Belmont
right
there in Nashville. So he was on phone for the commissioners meeting last night. So I called him to make sure he got the memo the game's been moved up to Thursday. So I told him he better get in his vehicle and get on back.
Yeah, boogie on
back. He's got a hospital authority meeting tomorrow night too, so he's a busy man. But hopefully he'll be in the booth at 7:30.
Oh, the hospital authority meeting is what time? You said tomorrow night.
6 o'clock.
Boy, that's going to be pushing it close to get there by 7, isn't it? It may be a one-man show pregame
That's
show.
right. It might be a one-man pregame show until he gets there.
Until he gets there. Well, they just kind of messed up everything. But you did say that Ware County, Appling County is still playing Friday night, right?
Yep, in Ware County.
In Ware County.
Yeah, they're expecting about 10,000 people for that game. The place will be packed. 2 good football teams. Appling's preseason ranked number 2 in their classification, whereas number 1 in their classification. So
Appling's number 1 in their classification?
Number 2.
Oh, number 2.
They're playing
Ware County's 1, Appling 2 in their respective divisions.
Whereas number 1 in 5A, they're defending state champions. They won a state championship last year. They got a good football team back, but that'll be a big battle over in Waycross Friday night.
Okay. Well, you had the city council meeting to go to last night. Seems like everything went, for the most part, pretty smoothly.
Yeah, pretty smooth. I said, didn't take that long to get to the agenda. So only 2 5-1 votes. Everything else was unanimous. 5-1 vote on the county wants to have access to the Cracker Williams Annex building for possible early voting, and Pam Schumann voted against that. And the other 5-1 vote was
The license.
Tim Caulfield voted against something.
Liquor license.
The liquor,
Just wondering
that's
why
right.
the
That's
owner
what it was.
wasn't there.
Yeah. He wanted to know why the person who requested the license wasn't there, but they said that's not a requirement. You don't have to be there. So
As long as the paperwork's in line, you don't have to be there.
paperwork's in order. So I said they learned long ago. You know, as long as the paperwork's in order, you have no
Yeah.
recourse. You know,
No, because
they
it's
went through that.
part of the ordinances of Jesup. You know, if they meet all the paperwork, then legally,
Right.
they've got it. And so
Those were the 2 5-1 votes.
most of it along went pretty good last night.
At least
City
they
council.
got an update on the pool. Pool construction starts September 25th. Says it's going to be a 7-month project. If everything goes well, it should be ready by April of next year or so.
It's going to be interesting to see how that thing's going to be used.
Yeah, they paid the first installment. So they said construction starts on the 25th of September. So if you're driving around that area and you see a lot going on, that's what's going on at the Crack Williams pool. Be nice to have it finally finished.
If you've been over there playing any of that pickleball, Bob?
I don't know how to play pickleball. Not.
Well, they say you can pick it up easily.
I'm sure
in 15
you can,
minutes you can pick it up.
I'm not there.
You're not there?
I'm working on my golf game. I don't have time for pickleball.
You're a one-sport man, huh?
I don't have time for pickleball.
No time for pickleball.
Doesn't interest me.
You hadn't been over to watch it or anything? Did you play ping
I
pong
drove by there.
in college?
I played ping pong a lot. My father had a ping pong table. I played a lot of ping pong.
Yeah, I played a lot of ping pong in college. In the dorms there, you had them all set up, especially at Russell Hall.
I just know those courts are being used. Like I said, there's a lot of people playing pickleball because when you drive by there, there's a lot of people on the courts and a lot of people waiting to get on the court. So
yeah, I've read a lot of articles about that. It's just taking the nation by storm right now. It's an easy game to pick up, and it's not that complicated. It's like ping pong, tennis, all badminton, all combined together. Yeah, so it's a very, very popular sport right now, nationwide.
what happened to kids playing marbles? You ever playing marbles when you were kids?
Oh yeah, I played marbles. I had a
did all
great
the
set of
time.
marbles when I was a kid.
Yeah, I used to love shooting marbles when I was a kid
Yeah,
at school.
I had a great set.
That was a fun game.
Get them tiger eye marbles and other ones, You had your favorites,
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then sometimes you would do some trading with your friends where you kind of like one of his marbles and he kind of like one of yours, and you trade the marbles. Did you ever play growing up a baseball game with dice, where if you threw, you had 2 dice and you threw them, and each numbers meant certain things, like something meant a single, something meant a double, something meant an out, stuff like that. I did in Jacksonville, back in the mid '60s. You can play an entire league. You got your entire league with all the teams and stuff like that, and you throw the dice and whatever it came up to be, and you had an entire chart there. And after a while, you learned what it was. Where if you got a 3 and a 2 or a 6 and a 4, whatever the case may be, it meant an out. It meant a single. It meant a home run. It meant something. Okay, and then you just kept throwing the dice, and then you could play entire leagues like that. And even back then, I was a Braves fan, but I haven't seen that played or heard that played in a long time. But I did play that. I had a friend there that his dad was in the Navy. I lived in the neighborhood where we had a lot of kids come in for 2 or 3 years because their dads were there at the naval base there at Jacksonville, and you meet somebody there on for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and the next thing you know, their dad's transferred somewhere else. And one of my friends was my age. He introduced me to that, and so we'd sit there and A game you can play either against somebody or you can play on your own. Playing dice, playing baseball for an entire season if you wanted to.
Yeah. We used to roll dice, but we didn't play baseball. We were playing for money.
You were playing for money. That's right. Well, you were up there up north, you're playing for money up there. Yeah. But no, this was a baseball game with dice.
I gotcha.
Baseball game with dice. I'll have to look that up. I'm sure if I can probably Google it, you'd think that'd have something back from the 50s and 60s that a lot of kids like to play then. And you play it outside. Who wants to be inside? That's where the parents were. Growing up, we don't want to be inside. That's where mom and dad are and the parents are. We want to be outside. Freedom outside.
We were always outside.
Yep, always outside, doing something. And think about it as drinking water from a hose. Of course, you always knew the fact that you let the water run all the way through to get the stale water out of the hose first. You didn't drink too much because you didn't want to get cramps, but you drank the water from the hose. Now, how many kids these days do you see drinking water from the hose? How many kids these days do you see drinking water from a faucet? I mean, we didn't have filters back then growing up. You just drink right from the faucet. Get a little ice put in there from the ice trays. Didn't have an automatic ice machine, ice trays in there, put the ice in there, put tap water in there, and that was your drink. And we survived, Bob. Speaking of surviving, I was talking to a friend yesterday who lives out of town, and they just got through. They're getting over the new COVID variant. There's a new one out there right now. It's called Eris or something like that. And there's a new COVID variant out there. And she was at a get-together in Alabama or Mississippi somewhere. I can't remember. I think she was at a family get-together in Alabama. And so she's just getting over it. So and I've been reading about it, but it hasn't, hit the pandemic level yet. But there is a new COVID variant going out there. It's not any stronger or any than the old COVID variants that we had in the last 3 years. But there is a new one making its way around right now, Bob.
I've heard about it. I've heard several people have had it.
Yeah. So they hadn't talked about any shots for it. I hadn't heard anything from the federal government saying, well, you probably need to go get another booster. I hadn't heard not a word from the government about getting another booster to fight off this new COVID variant that's going around right now. I guess it hadn't got to that point where they feel they need to say anything. So you've heard about it too?
Well, I've had several people said they've had it.
Wow.
Several people had an Alaska trip. Several ladies got it when they got back. So they've been quarantined. So
yeah,
I've heard several people have had that COVID.
Yeah,
I thought it was gone. I thought that thing was long gone.
No, it's a whole new variant that's coming around.
Heard several people have had it. Yeah, don't want it.
No, try to stay away from it.
Been there, done that. Don't need it.
Don't need no more of those. Well, Bob, we are out of time. You have a good day.
Okay.
All right. World famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio is brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and by O'Quinn and Associates.